All right, folks, welcome back to the Morning Show. And now, as we wrap up this year, let's reflect on how many books did you read this year?
Wow, that's a good question, Archie.
Yeah.
But at least I read one book each month.
One book each month. Wow, that's
At least, yes.
really good. Yeah.
As a mother, yes, that is quite, I'm proud of myself.
That is actually really good. Yes, that means 12 books in a year, which
Yes.
is nice.
Yes, especially, once again, a mother or toddler. For me, that's like quite,
Yes, of course. It's very hard to find one.
Yes, but speaking of books, once again, I have a recommendation for you if you are thinking of reading a book, especially for the holidays, because one of Indonesia's most celebrated authors will be releasing a new novel this Christmas, which will be available in bookstores. So once again, let's welcome Ika Natassa, the author of Satine. Good morning, Ika. Thank you for being with us on the Morning Show.
Good morning, Archie and Sarah.
Yes, good morning,
Thank you for
Ika.
having me.
Yes, and we have your latest book, which will be in bookstores this Christmas right here. But we want to know more.
Yes.
Yes, we want to know more about this book,
Sure.
Satine. And this is a novel which says it explores once again the romantic side of a person's journey. But please do tell us more.
Yeah.
What emotions can we find or we feel while reading this book later on?
Well, you guys know that I've been writing love stories for I don't know how long.
Yes.
And some of them have been adapted into films. But this time I thought it would be the right time to explore another kind of emotion, which is loneliness. And
Loneliness.
Satine digs deep into it because, as it turns out, research shows that the metropolitan city, with all the bustling and the busyness and all the glam and glory, it actually filled with lonely people.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds
And
quite true.
but it's true.
Yeah.
I've been reflecting a lot when I was writing this, and I thought that some kind of the idea, in one way or the other, we always feel a certain feel of loneliness within, whether it's alienation
Yes.
from the world around us, a feeling of not being sufficient or enough for the world or the community that we want to be a part in. So Satine explores that kind of thing, and I wish that I could talk to you a little bit more about it, but that would be spoilers.
Ah,
No
okay.
spoilers
No
just yet.
spoilers. So let the readers find out how it goes in a book. So, Maika, the concept of perfectly packaged life is something that you brought forward in this book. So, can you tell us more about it?
Yes, when I designed the cover,
Yes.
I actually put a philosophical meaning into it. Life is like a perfectly packaged food, actually.
Right.
Sometimes everything is neatly in place, and then it's all colorful, and But then something happened. It gets knocked down off the table, and then it just goes wrong on the floor, and then what we have to do as a person is to pick it up and try to put it back together again. But as we know, we could never do that.
Yes.
Something that has already been broken can never be put together back in peace, in a perfect condition like it was before. But we can try. And I guess what I'm trying to say in this book is, in life, obstacles will come, and then some things will redirect your path, but you can always find a new journey and embrace it. And then maybe you will become a better person because of it.
Oh, interesting.
beautiful,
Baika.
yeah.
And Baika, as you mentioned before, this is a perfectly packaged, idea that one has,
Yes.
especially from seeing the
Yes.
cover right here. And if we read the background of the story itself, it starts with a relationship between Satine, the main character, and also Ash, with a
Yes.
contract. Can you please tell us
Yes,
more? Why does it have to begin with a contract? Does it have something to do with, what we face every day as a working woman, or where does this idea come from?
Okay, just a little bit. Teasing it just a little bit. So Satine is a 37-year-old woman. Her life was perfect. She's already on top of her career. She was happy, or she thought she was happy, until one day she realized that she was nothing but a lonely, desperate woman. And then in her life, she believes that everything is contractual. You can only achieve true happiness when you give something, then you get something in return. So Satin decided to solve her little problem of being lonely by entering into a contractual relationship with this stranger named Ash. But what started as a contractual relationship, well, we never know.
Yeah.
A contract,
Yes.
a contract in business usually runs smooth, but when it involves feelings, we never know.
Right, right. So this character, this Satine character, does it reflect the struggles of like modern, independent woman that faces probably the same thing as she does in the city?
Yes, because I'm a single woman myself, and a lot of my friends are single women. They're all very successful, very accomplished in life, but they're having some sort of difficulty in finding a partner in life because at our stage in life, we don't only think about the romantic side of relationship, but we also try to find what we call a life partner, something that we can share stories with, struggles with, our stories with, something that can who can listen to us and then exchange ideas with. So it's a more deep kind of relationship at our age, and I guess in a way, it reflects how women at this level of accomplishment crave more
Yes.
than just all the
Lovey-dovey,
kiss
lovey-dovey,
and lovey-dovey,
romantic,
lovey-dovey,
gestures.
romantic, chocolate, roses. Well, it apa namanya serves more than that because what we crave is actually a genuine
Yes.
connection, and it's really hard to find. And Satin thought that she could achieve that by landing it on a contract. Because people never betray a contract,
Yes.
but people always betray their own feelings.
Yes. Okay. Wow, that's very deep. And but Ika, if you don't mind, I want to just point out that like when you open the book, the first passage is about when you are not wanted, people make sure you know. Can you please tell us the deeper meaning of all this?
I guess in a way that we, as a human being, we were more aware of rejection than acceptance. So when people try to push us over, we are actually very aware of it. We can recognize the signs that we are no longer wanted. Nobody calls us, nobody gives us a reason, nobody connects to us. But when people are trying to connect to us, we are not as sensitive to actually sense it. And probably it's because as we tend to grow in our life and maybe in our career, we tend to build walls
Yes.
around us to protect us from getting hurt, because you can only get hurt when you open yourself up, right? So what you do is you close, you give barrier to sort of censor what you can feel and what you cannot feel. But that act alone, while you think that it protects you, it actually makes you more vulnerable because you are so afraid of getting hurt. You're not allowing yourself to experience all kinds of emotion as you should as a human being.
Right.
And also as a woman, obviously.
Right. So I'm getting a lot of deep thoughts and also deep character.
I know, right?
Yes, character developments in this book. So Please tell us, how does your writing style brings all of this into one package? Like, do you do research, or do you talk to probably psychologists, or is it based on your or probably other people's personal experience? Like, how does it go?
I can never pinpoint where my inspirations come from, but I guess with Satine, it came from a lot of self-reflection and also my observation towards the modern life. I feel that we are so connected because of technology, but on another way, we are also so disconnected from each other because we rely on those instant connection that we feel through social media, but we fail to dig deep into a deeper meaning of connection with human being. So in Satin, I describe that as a modern loneliness, and how we deal with that is many ways, obviously, and it's different for different kinds of people. But in Satin, she tries to approach that from a business point of view because she's very has a business acumen, but you know you can't use business principle when it comes to feelings. You know? So that's the kind of mistake that we often do as a human being. We try to put logic into feelings, while feelings exist for a reason and logic exists for a reason. And when we try to build a connection, sometimes we have to put that kind of logic a little bit aside.
Yes.
And move more into trusting the instincts that God has given us.
Listening to your
sure.
heart, something that
Yeah, listen to your heart.
yes, in the modern days that we tend to forget. But Ika, we all know your previous works such as Tui Fortiare, Critical 11,
Yes.
right? They are now hit movies as well, Atal Gurasa. But what do you think will make your newest book, Satine, stand out from all your past works before?
I think as I grow in age, obviously, as a writer, my writing also become more mature in terms of exploring the issues. When I was younger, I wrote Antologi Rasa, which talk about romance between friends. And then in Critical 11, I explore the topic of grief. And in The Architecture of Love, my latest, I explore the topic of losing your muse and your reason to live. But in Satin, as I grow older, what I feel is a deep kind of loneliness, a more self-awareness of some sort, is that we became more aware of where we are in the world, not just in terms of accomplishment, but in terms of how we are emotionally. Are we emotionally happy? Are we emotionally content with how life has been treating us? Are we serving the purpose that we are born into this world? And those kind of questions we might be asking ourselves inside, and we might be searching for the answer. And then in Satin, I want this book to be some sort of a companion for my readers in their journey towards looking for that very definition of how happiness and self-content.
Right. So is it, it's going to be our last questions. Is it your hope for how the readers will connect with this novel?
I think I never really put a moral message in any kind of my book because I write just because I want to write. But this one would probably hit deep because I read one review the other day, and she said that Ika Natassa doesn't write books, she writes experiences. And in Satine, I want the readers to experience what it feels like to be honest to yourself, to be honest to your own feelings, to admit that you are lonely if you are, and then to do something about it instead of hiding behind all those glam that you have in your life, but address the issue, and maybe along the way you would learn a lot about yourself too as a person.
Wow, listening to all this, it makes it the perfect read for Christmas, and especially entering the new year, something to reflect on.
And during the
Yes,
new year,
that's
we
true.
need a
That's
self-reflect.
true.
Yes.
And then, you know what? The reason that I published the book on Christmas Day, because that's my birthday.
Oh, there you
Ah.
go. Okay, we want to say happy early birthday to Mbak Ika. And of course, and once again, congratulations on the book.
Yes,
we'll be looking forward,
congratulations.
which will be in bookstores on the 25th of December. Something to read
Yes.
and reflect on towards the new year of 2025. Once again, thank you, Mbak Ika, for
Yes.
being
Thank
on
you
the
so
Semuanya
much,
show.
Mbak Ika.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Have a good day, you guys.
Likewise,
Yes, you
have
too.
a good day.
Have a good morning. All right, folks. So that is Ika Natassa with her newest book, Satine. And now we're gonna have a small break, and after the break, we'll have more updates just for you. So keep it here on the Semuanya Show.